Hey, welcome to episode 7 of our Let's Play. After a short break, our marathon continues. Alright, we will be arriving at Telos, I believe. Yeah, when they said the navigation charts only had 2 locations. They weren't lying. It's cool, it's got a space station rebuilding the planet. That's pretty cool. Alright, here we go.
Attention, this is Citadel Station Bay Control, Dock Module 126. Please remain where you are. Lieutenant Dahlgren will arrive shortly to meet you. That is all.
I don't like the sound of that. If they think we caused the explosion... Uh-oh. Here comes the welcoming party. They may not know what happened, so don't blow it.
I'm Lieutenant Gren, Telos Security Force. I'm under orders to take you into custody in regards to the destruction of the Paragas mining facility.
He also has the same voice as David Kang. That's who he reminds me of. We don't have anything to do with that.
That as it may be, the circumstances of your arrival are suspect at best. Due to the nature of the investigation, I have no specific timetable to offer you. In the meantime, your ship and any droids will have to be given over for safekeeping. Yes, that includes you. You are a droid, so you will be detained. In addition, we will have to take your personal arms and armor until the completion of our inquiry.
Can we get it back?
If you are cleared of any involvement, your personal effects will be returned to you. You will be held briefly in the TSF station until living quarters can be arranged, at which point you will be placed under house arrest. Do you understand?
I do.
Good. My men will relieve you of any arms and armor. Please follow me.
Tell me I'm not going to jail again.
Who is this? Sneaking aboard our ship. I do like how the
You'll be held here briefly. Living quarters are being arranged for you and your companions as we speak. Someone will return shortly to escort you to an apartment in residential module 082.
a force cage. This is ridiculous. I like that.
As I said, this is only temporary while other arrangements are made. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to bear with us until then.
I had some questions.
I have many matters to tend to. Your questions will have to wait.
God.
Well, we might be here for a while. Might as well get comfortable.
Someone is coming. So this is the last of the Jedi. I must admit, I'm a little disappointed.
I think my unarmed combat skills are about to come in handy. You're wrong, I'm no Jedi.
Jedi or no, you're the one I am pledged to kill.
There's
no mistaking that. The exchange has a bounty on Jedi, you know. You're worth quite a bit of money.
The exchange, huh? I'm pretty sure some 2-bit pistol jockey like yourself isn't one of them.
Hey, I'm more than skilled enough to work for the exchange.
You bounty hunters couldn't even win a fair fight. You're the cheapest, most worthless mercenary scum in the galaxy. I'd hire a Mandalorian over your filth in a second.
No Mandalorian could match my skills. No Mandalorian could have been clever enough to infiltrate this station, taken the identity of one of the guards, then...
Then what? Overloaded our force cage fields and made it look like an accident? You probably don't even have the guts to fight me. Pathetic.
Don't think overloading your cages had not occurred to me. You're wanted alive, but I doubt anyone will care as long as I bring them your corpse.
They didn't care, they probably wouldn't have said wanted alive. This is a TSF station. How do you expect to get away with this?
The security cameras have mysteriously shorted out. There will be no witnesses to your escape attempt, during which I'll have been forced to kill you. By the time the TSF realize I'm not one of them, I will be far from this place.
I don't don't wish to fight. See, it's hard because like, I know what the light side choice is, but she kind of does wish to fight him, I think. Your buddy's staying right here.
Come, Jedi. It is time to die.
Hey, leave her alone. You want to fight? Then try me, if you've got the guts.
You have goaded me once, and you shall not do so twice. But I shall dispose of all of you eventually. And an old woman, a fool, and a broken Jedi are no match to my skills.
The confidence is your weakness. Did he really get to all three of ourselves at once? Because that seems excruciatingly dumb. Alright, I can use some buffs here. I used to use Force Valor, I guess, or Force Aura. I don't even know. I used... doesn't tell you. It used to tell you that there. Did it tell you anyway? That sucks. Alright, whatever. Just punching this stuff. Freya has like, yeah, there we go. Horror. Horror. And shotgun stuff too. He died before I could even use force power.
Cameras up. What? What's going on here?
Man down!
Like.
Quick! Call a medic!
All right, Jedi. I want you to back up slowly. Hands in front of you. Into the force cage. Cooperate, and we won't have to gun you down.
Come on, Lieutenant. They've already killed... who is that? Is that Batu Rem?
No, he was an assassin. It's a good thing I didn't have to depend on you for protection.
Rem's no assassin.
Batu Rem is on leave. He shouldn't even be on the station. This man isn't him.
I wonder if we run into Batu Rem later. I don't know if we do or not. I don't think we do, but it'd be cool if we did. I'm glad someone noticed that after he tried to kill me.
We've arranged for an apartment in residential module 082. You'll stay there under house arrest until our investigation of the Paragus murder is complete.
Yep.
You'll be under TSF
Sorry
protection.
about that.
I'll personally clear any visitors to your quarters, and we'll investigate this incident to the best of our
Well, that
ability.
inspires a load of confidence. Yeah. The best of your ability, that's not very inspiring. Oh, look at his face. He knows it's true. Give me my quarters.
At Lieutenant Yima a report of this incident. She'll look into this. The rest of you come with me. We'll escort you to the apartment in 082 immediately.
I'll get my stuff back now, please.
These will serve as your quarters for the duration of your house arrest. 2 officers will be stationed outside at all times. Again, I'll clear any visitors. There won't be another incident.
But just to be on the safe side, why don't you leave us a blaster or two?
No. How long will I be here?
I can't say. We have a ship examining what's left of the Paragus facility now, so your stay might be brief. We'll keep you informed.
Now, this is a step up from a force cage, at least.
If there are any problems, we'll use the wall terminal to contact you. Let's go.
This isn't
Seems
good.
like a,
We've got to get off this station.
seems like an unsmart use of their forces, but okay. Why do we need to leave?
What do you think the TSF is going to find at Paragus? That could bring the Sith... You know what? Forget it. As long as we're trapped here, it doesn't matter.
What do you think, Freya?
We cannot stay in any one place too long, but our path has brought us here for a reason. I must meditate on this. In the meantime, we
That'll
should
help
rest.
Yeah, you go ahead and meditate. As for me, I could use some sleep.
Actually, I'm a little tired myself. But rest. Hey, phone call. Not the first time a phone call's woken me up. Okay. Except from Sokalin. What happens if you don't accept the call? But I'll be nice and accept it.
Excuse me, you have a caller. Moza, representing the Ithorian planet restoration interests on Telos. Lieutenant Gren's cleared him if you'd like to speak with him.
Alright.
Very well. I'll let him in
Ithorians,
now.
that means I have to read what they're saying. Okay, here we go. Thank you for seeing me. I am Moza, and I have come to you on behalf of Chodo Habat, our leader. What does Chodo want with me? Are you familiar with the Restoration Project? No, explain it to me. The surface of Telos was destroyed during the Jedi Civil War a few years ago. This, Citadel Station, It's part of the Republic's... I can't read the rest of it because it already fast forwarded. Use energy fields to seal off portions of the planet's surface. Once the weather in a zone is stabilized, new animal and plant life is introduced to restore the ecosystem. Recently, however, we have run into contention with the cooperation known as Circa. Perhaps you've heard of our recent troubles. What was I going to say? Besides the fact that I was thinking it was really fast. Citadel Station, isn't that the name of the station in Mass Effect 2? Did they really reuse? I guess it's not BioWare, but I think it's just the Citadel. I don't think it's Citadel Station. What troubles have you had? Thorians are well-known ecologists and agricultural engineers. The Telosian government asked those in my herd to help restore their planets. Funding enabled us to purchase flora and fauna from Onra. Cool stuff, but there's troubles. Public relations with Onra began to deteriorate. Circa approached the Republic and offered supply and security contracts. Their whatever. So Circa are bad guys and they're messing things up. How is Circa harmful? Circa recently lost control of a number of restoration zones on the planet's surface from us. These zones began to deteriorate within weeks. Why would Circa do this? Who knows? Okay. So how can I help? Chodo Habat is a powerful priest, our spiritual leader. He sensed upon your arrival a disturbance in the force. He felt she might be able to help you. Or he might be able to heal you. Okay, heal me. It's unclear what he means.
Perhaps Chodo Habat should turn his eyes to his own people, if they truly suffer so.
Forgive me, I am unclear as to Chodo's message, and I may have related it incorrectly. If this offer of mutual aid interests you, please go to the Thorian compound. Sure. So those are the good guys. Why do I get a feeling
Now
that I'm about to
perhaps we
go
will
up
be
with the bad
able to
guys?
rest uninterrupted.
I sure hope so. Knew it. No, at least I can, Circuit Corporation, knew it.
Good day. I am B4D4, Administrative Assistant for Zerka Corporation's Citadel Station branch. I am attempting to connect you with Executive Officer General Orso. May I put you through?
Sure.
Thank you. I will connect you now. Good day.
Thank you for accepting my call. As my assistant no doubt informed you, I am Jana Lucer.
Why are you calling?
I understand that you were approached by an Thorian earlier. Doubtless he tried to obtain your help, attempting to purchase it with imposed guilt and veiled threats.
Unless they were veiled threats, but I don't recall him threatening.
Oh, and I suppose he didn't mention the exchange, helping you with any problems here? In other words, the Thorians won't lead the exchange to you if you work with them.
That, but yeah, no, he didn't mention anything like that.
Well, no matter. My apologies. I never intended to waste your time discussing
Good job.
Thorians.
Go on.
I believe you're a person of influence. Someone I'd like on my side, rather than aiding the Thorians, whose quasi-mysticism and bumbling foolishness is standing in the way of progress and profit. I'm not asking for your help, though. I'm offering you a job. Work for Zerka and be handsomely rewarded. You'd be helping yourself. If you're interested, please visit our offices here in Residential 082. B44 will know what to do when you arrive.
I'll come by when I can.
Excellent. Good luck with that messy investigation, and I hope to see you shortly.
We should get back to bed. Whenever they decide to release us, we should get going
Well, this talk of
immediately.
sleeping and resting is making me actually tired. Alright, here we go again.
Explain something to me.
I do not have the years required, nor the desire to indulge you.
If she served in the war, well, Jedi are supposed to be tough.
You say I'm not tough
capable.
and capable?
Yes, and what are they without the Force? Take the greatest Jedi Knight, strip away the Force, and what remains? They rely on it, depend on it more than they know. Watch as one tries to hold a blaster, as they try to hold a lightsaber, and you will see nothing more than a woman, or a man, a child.
But to lose so much, I guess I didn't realize how much they relied on it.
Do not be surprised. In many ways, even you are more capable than a Jedi. You could survive where they could not simply because you do not hear the Force as they do. It is irony of a sort, and it is why I tolerate your presence now.
But such a loss of ability, for a Jedi, it seems so extreme.
She has been gone from war some time. It is conflict that strengthens us, and isolation that weakens us, erodes us. Add to that she turned away from war, did all that she could to forget it, and the last piece clicks into place. But we have spoken enough of this, and we do her a disservice by not speaking of this while she is present.
Asleep, I guess. There's finish the thought in a second.
I've come to inform you that the Telosian government has completed its inspection of what's left of the Paragus facility. It appears that the Harbinger had indeed been present, though it was gone when our ships arrived, and was responsible for the station's destruction. Logs recovered from the facility's wreckage indicated that the miners perished as a result of sabotage, which began while you and your companions were either incapacitated or incarcerated. As such, you are to be released from house arrest. However, the Republic is sending its own ship. They have insisted that you remain on station for the duration of their search.
Why is the Republic sending a ship?
To further investigate the station's destruction and search for their missing ship, the Harbinger.
How long do I have to
The
stay?
Sojourn is already en route, likely not more than a few standard days. Feel free to use these quarters during your stay.
Thank you.
The vessel's IND is complete. Please visit the TSF station and entertainment module 081 to complete the necessary paperwork at the front desk. The Ebon Hawk should be transferred from the impound docks by the time you're free to leave. After filling out the paperwork, it'll be transferred with your ship along with your confiscated weapons and armor.
Cool. The Republic wants to know...
Well, now what?
That makes sense.
We can't just stick around. We need to find a way off the station. Whether it's the Ebon Hawk or some other ship. We could hit Nar Shaddaa, maybe. If you've got people coming after you, it's where you go to get lost in the crowd.
You know that from experience?
Hey, everyone needs to get lost once in a while. Get away from something, you know? It's no big deal.
It's like Vegas, kind of, or Atlantic City or something. What do you think, Rhea?
It is difficult to say. I feel we came to Telos for a reason, but we may have spent too much time here already. Even if the Harbinger was destroyed at Paragus, more Sith could already be on their way. Still, there is a chance we might learn of other Jedi here on the planet's surface.
So it sounds like we need
Jedi who might help us restore your abilities, or sever the link between us.
Well, what do you think?
There's that Ithorian, too. He seems to have some connection to the Force, so... yeah, stay or explore Telos. We need a ship. Let's find the Ebon Hawk.
Makes sense. I'll follow your lead.
Alrighty, cool beans. What I was going to say with Krea's little philosophical musings, there's a line that I think is from this game that is, if a Jedi, oh, I'm gonna screw it up, I think, but if a lightsaber loses its power, is it still a lightsaber? And if a Jedi loses the Force, are they still a Jedi? It's kind of interesting because it makes you think. Normally, if you say if a Jedi lost the Force, they still a Jedi, you'd be like, well, not really, because the Force is kind of what makes them unusual and different in the first place. But then again, when you compare that to like a lightsaber without the power cell, it still is a lightsaber. All you need to do is return the power cell to get it to work, and it's still the same form, the same function, at least theoretically. So it kind of applies to Jedi too. That the skills and training you have as a Jedi and the character a person exists whether or not you actually have command of the Force. I actually really like this outfit a lot. But reminds me of some of the outfits in SWTOR actually. Actually one of Leovara's actual outfits, but alright. It's probably just clothing, right? Yeah, clothing. Alright, not getting any calls, so we don't have any weapons, which is unfortunate, but let's see what we can find. At least my guards are gone, that's kinda nice. Nothing to see in here. These footlockers aren't actually... Oh, I guess I should upgrade my two companions here. Attributes, dexterity. I probably should give them different armor now. What's recommended? Not that. It's trying to balance them, I think, unfortunately. I really don't want them balanced. I want these three to be higher, and then... yeah, just 1 point to that one. Beats, Fighting Spirit. I don't know what that does, but I guess it doesn't really say in the selection area. 2 up in Fighting, let's go with that. And Miss Krea here. I think I wanted these ones, didn't I? Let's see. I guess I've already upgraded all the powers I currently have. Time to choose a new. I could drain force. That could be cool if I ran out of force. And she has a consular, so that'd be nice to have. Battle meditation. That I probably want my main character to have, though. Just because of what I was talking about before with that super light side ability. What's this? Force deflection. I don't really need that because I'll usually have a lightsaber. Stun and stun droid I really don't need because I have stun droid only Avara, and heart is kind of the same thing as same thing as stasis field. I could do the lightsaber. I guess I can do drain force. I don't have a lot of great choices right now. Let's do drain force, I guess. Except, oh, a second level up. Cool. And same thing. Powers. Do I have any upgrades yet? Still no upgrades. Alright, so I feel like for most builds, it would be smart to have Kreia get all these nice buffs, because then your main character doesn't have to, because you can just transfer them. But, because my main character already kind of has all these things, or is going to, I guess I could do energy resistance, or... That's kind of nice, because it does reduce the force cost of them. Use their own health, take 30%. It's... Yeah, the total force point cost for powers is actually less using this effect. But then again, you have to take a turn and a... you have to use that too, in other words, so I don't know if it actually is really a net gain. Do some more, like, dark side powers, I guess. Wound, maybe, or something. Plague could be good. Wound, choke, kill. I'll do this one. So. Alright. All set to go now? Locked. I can't security it apparently. That's not actually a door. It's a doji.
Zerka's mercenaries are getting out of hand, and they're too much for the TSF to handle. We need
funny
Republic
that actually
troops to restore order.
I remember that line a little bit. I guess that's like all they say.
The war has really inflated prices here in the Outer Rim. Medical supplies are in short supply. And
don't mind me barging into random people's apartments. What the? I told your boss already, I'm getting your credits. I have a good contract with Sir... Not from the exchange? What do you want? You sell droid parts? I do. Well, that was easy. I like this is a very nice menu for like the vendors. This is the first real vendor we found. I have a decent amount of credits saved up, but I'm not really going to spend my credits upgrading droids. I don't have any items to sell because all my stuff got pounded. There's a workstation there. Opo Chano. Yeah, all these names are like... They're jogging my memory. Like, I remember this guy. There we go. Let's see if I can sneak in here. Possibly. I can bash it, though? People gonna get mad if I bash open this door? Spinning kick! Or roundhouse kick. Whatcha? Take that door. Look at Ad looking around like, are you really doing this? Is this really happening? Everybody's watching this. And it's an empty apartment. Ha ha, joke's on us. Boom, obsidian. Alright.
the war has really inflated prices here in the Outer Rim.
More apartments.
Medical supplies are in short supply and high demand.
Circle logos there. Some advertising going on. Nothing going on here. Nice visuals outside. Ooh, Irradiated strength amplifiers. Those I like. Strength +2 I like a lot. I'll be using those even once I get my regular gear back. I can, you know, hit some doors harder when I'm going around punching my way into apartments. It's something Jedi do a lot, apparently.
Hey, what are you doing in my apartment?
Haha. Just looking around.
Looked like you were doing more than just looking.
I just figured...
Figured what? You just break into my apartment and take everything I owned? Are you crazy?
When you put it like that. I was even just about to say that. When you put it that way.
Yeah, I thought so. Get out of here before I get the TSF.
I'll be going now. You actually can kill him with your dark side. Whoa, why am I spinning? My mouse is... Alright, there we go. He didn't even want his stuff back. Is he wearing, like, shorts? No, those are just high socks. I thought that was, like some weird kind of shorts he was wearing. Alright. You work for Zerka, don't you? Hello there! Who are you? He is Hara. What do you do here? Data processor. Let me guess, you have a gambling debt. You're half right. If you did, it was repaid, there is no credit that looms over me. Then what's the problem? I used Romana, the girl in my heart, as collateral. I have weakness from Zach, I misunderstand. My hand was unbeatable, there was no way I could lose. Well, that sucks. You should never wager more than you can afford to lose. Ah, wisdom in the heat of the was lost in the heat of the moment, however. Yeah, okay. Perhaps I could be of assistance. 2,000 credits. I think I can persuade Doten to see things our way. Okay. Interesting quest. Look into that later. Full speed going here. Shuttle bay. To entertainment module. That's where the station is, it looks like. What's over here? Oh, that's right, there's quick travel in this game. Download area map. That's another module, but I haven't actually been to the other modules, so... Alright, so where does this go? Circ offices. Alright, well... Authorian.
Good day. I am B4D4, Administrative Assistant for Zerka Corporation's Citadel Station Branch. How may I help you?
Here to see Jana Lorso.
Of course. She has been expecting you. You will
Well,
find...
good, because we just talked on the phone like 5 minutes ago. What can you tell me about Zerka?
Zerka Corporation has operations on many systems, providing everything from medical supplies to starship weapon systems.
That sounds like
Here on Telos, Zerka Corporation is involved in the restoration project, which Zerka hopes will serve as a model for future operations of this nature.
I'll be going now. Oh yeah, this place.
I hear Asgol's been paying mercenaries to go to Dantooine. Can't figure out why anyone would need mercenaries for a planet full of farmers. I hear Asgol's been paying mercenaries to...
Lorso isn't the most popular executive I've worked under, but I'll say one thing. She gets the job done.
I hear Asgol's been paying mercenaries to go to Dantooine. Can't figure out why anyone would need mercenaries for a planet full of...
I'm glad that Zerka put a capable woman in charge of the project. I've got every faith she'll do things right.
Can't go in there.
Only authorized Zerka personnel are allowed beyond this point.
I knew you'd come eventually. I'm confident that we will be able to reach a working agreement satisfactory to both you and I. But where are my manners? On behalf of Zerka Corporation, I would like to be the first to welcome you to Telos.
What do you have to say about the Authorians' complaints?
I can understand why you might be on their side, but believe me, you wouldn't be doing Telos any favors assisting those amateurs. Oh sure, Habat's intentions are good enough, but good intentions won't restore Telos. His expensive policy of relocating biological specimens from Onderon without any planning will doom Telos in the end. I don't think Habat even realizes that at their current pace, they will run out of funding before even half of the restoration zones are up and running. Zerka plans to use some of the planet's own resources to help fund the restoration. These extra funds will greatly improve the project in the long run. Habat, on the other hand, can't see beyond his own selfish concerns.
planet's own resources?
We've discovered that the surface of Telos is covered with military facilities that were either destroyed or abandoned during the Sith attack. Salvaged raw materials from these sites can either be reprocessed and put back into service, or resold to help fund the project. Zerka has been managing the restoration project without the assistance of a droid for some time now. Habat has commandeered the new droid intelligence that was to be delivered to the station. I'd like for you to meet the shipment at Dock Module 126, Shuttle Bay 2, and bring the droid back here before the Ithorians foul things up again.
What about B4D4?
While B44 is perfectly capable of handling Zerka's needs when it comes to accounting and record keeping, he simply is not capable of dealing with the running of a project as massive as the restoration of Telos.
Makes sense. Oh, wait, you want me to steal the Ithorian's droid?
Requisition, if it helps.
Yeah, it
As
doesn't.
the Republic's fund for the restoration of Telos is now divided between both parties, it really isn't stealing, as you put it. It will save the
Yeah, I get the
Republic
funny
time
feeling when
and
you parse
money
that once
if
I
we
do
cut
this.
through the process of having a droid transferred to us. It will be better for Telos in the long run.
If you're asking me to commit a crime, I won't do that.
If you're worried about the TSF, don't be. If they poke their noses into your business,
don't worry about that. We're about doing
I
everything.
will personally take care of it. But I wouldn't worry too much. The TSF understands the importance of letting us do our work.
No.
I'm sorry to hear that. If you change your mind, I'll be here.
Don't think I will. Oh, no, like 6 points. Alrighty, it's kind of a waste of time, but I guess that was interesting enough. Different point of view of things. Hey, did you hear about Azul? He's looking for mercenaries in Dantooine.
A lot of us are tempted to go, though.
Oh.
Asgol might not be a good guy, but for enough credits, any risk is worth it.
As you can predict, we will be going to Dantooine at some point in this game. What else is here? Exchange group. You have no business to get out of here. That's right, you can actually kill this guy, and if you do, they just put another guard out here, so it doesn't actually. Like Bomani Exchange Corps, which is obviously a friend for the exchange. Where does this go? Wait, this is the elevator to the... Alright, there's more residential places over here. Thorian compound. I'm speaking with Chodo about this. Good. Yay! Alright. I like this. Plants and stuff. Nice little place you guys got. Conflict streets are distressing. Runner Raven. Bavaria. Well, that sounds cool. Oh, they're building all kinds of plants. A shiny plant with a force field around it. Huh. I'm gonna leave it alone. There's an authority. Hi, what do you do here? Grow plants. Cool. Where are we going now? Check the status. Not gonna connect the security system because that seems like not something I really want to do. It's kind of cool. Yeah, if you do up Circa, that seems to be one of, I think there's memories starting to come back to me about this. Like, how simple it is. I like these 47. It's very nice, very nice. Okay. You can kind of help the Ithorians and do their quest line, or you can help Circa and do theirs, or I don't think you can go back and forth. I think it's one way or the other. But hey Moza. What was I gonna say though? But yeah, I think if you do the Circle line, one of their later quests after stealing the droid is to like sabotage the Bavarium or something. What do you do here? He's Trader's assistant. Yeah, they lost their droid intelligence, so he has to work now. What do you do afterwards? It's hard for me to think because it'll take many years of his life. But if it works, their herd will hopefully be able to help other war-torn planets. It's a really cool theme. Like, a lot of the last game was like, oh, this war being fought, and you know, a lot of the planets were battlegrounds in the war, kind of at least. This one is more of a, like, the war is pretty much over, and the Republic is trying to rebuild, but meanwhile there are all these, you know, these dredges of the Sith Empire having their own mysterious goals out there down the Jedi, so it's sort of interesting environment, backdrop there. Okay, I'm going now. There he is. Chodo Habat. Hi. Nice to meet you. You sensed my arrival? Yes, I am a priest of my people, an adept of the Force. I sense an echo within the Force upon your arrival. It is a subtle disturbance unless one is accurately informed. I suspected you were one of their main Jedi. I know that you could help us. That is why I sent Moses to seek you out. Moses said you could heal me. What does he mean? The echo is not a natural thing. It spoke of a great pain, not of body, but of the spirit. It's as if you felt the force through you, but that was torn away brutally and quickly. The echo comes from the hollows where it once flowed through you. I once felt the force, yes, and it is slowly returning. It is a most unusual wound you carry. If you permit me to examine you, perhaps it could help restore some of what was lost.
Your speech is filled with maybes and perhaps. You are bold to make promises of healing while the world under your care burns and dies. You may be able to help, but there is always a price, is there not?
If you're not mistaken, it is not our desire to see any living thing suffer, for the suffering of Telos is all that consumes us. Tell me, do you know of our problems? You mean trouble with Circa, right? The Republic of Virgin Triad Trade Intelligence. It vanished some time ago. Keep that in mind. Vanished how? It is not known. It may have been an accident. Perhaps droid intelligence was overtaxed by the staggering size of the project and became irrational. Some among my herd suspect theft. Droid intelligence of vast sophistication would fetch a high price on the black market. Others fear its disappearance as a result of sabotage by Circle or some other organization seeks to slow the project down. But that's irrelevant. They have a second, somewhat lesser droid intelligence to take its place. It will arrive shortly. Yes, I'll see it to safety. Good. Return with the droid intelligence. So basically you have a choice to take either to these guys, the good guys, more or less, or Circa, who are kind of the bad guys. And we are going to... Ooh, a fountain. Very cool. Actually, they actually put some design into that too. It's like little steps, kind of. It's nice. I like it. Definitely like this a lot more than the more mechanical Circa compound with all of its just desks everywhere. Forgive me, Chodo, but the human, I could feel her suffering. I did not feel interstitial before, but it then filled my senses. Have you ever felt such an intensity before? Only once before. The day I came to Telos and stirred upon its ashen surface. The planet's worth of pain. I do not know how she endures. So is Telos nice for coming? It is because she has no other choice. Perhaps in helping to heal a planet, it will help her become whole again. Alrighty. Maybe that's true. What's in here?
Hello there, and greetings from Isis and Onderon.
Who are you?
I'm a diplomat from Queen Talia on Onderon. My stay was supposed to have been shorter, but the contract disputes over the restoration project have prolonged it.
Why are you here?
The Ithorians negotiated the export of flora and fauna from Onderon, but with their disagreements with Zerka, the status of our arrangement is in the air.
Alrighty. Just a little bit of flavor, I think. I don't think he really has anything. Still too low. Oh, no. Oh, it was very easy, actually. And I got one back out of it. Okay. That was, there's a lab station, and then they did it. This is so communications terminal, nice. Never come across. I feel like this might have some role to play later on in the plot, but I don't remember what it is. I guess that might be about it.
The war has really inflated prices here in the Outer Rim. Medical supply. The war has really inflated prices here in the Outer Rim. Medical supply.
Alright, so it seems like that's about it for the residential modules. So, I think I'm probably going to end this episode here. Another game save. DVR7. Oops. There you go. And, yeah. When we come back, we will be back with episode 8. See you then.